Oh my goodness. I am so glad that you could come and join me for Reading Books Alive again today. However, I kind of have a big problem. I have been working on a recipe all day long for you guys, all day long. I mean, this recipe has to be perfect. I can't get it right. I need to make the perfect pie. I have been trying and trying and trying, and I've got stuff everywhere, and I cannot get this pie the right way. And it is crucial I get it the right way. So I need you guys to help me out, okay? I need to know, what is your favorite pie? What do you guys like in it? What should I add to this pie to make it the perfect pie? Okay, so just bear with me for a minute. We'll get to the story, but right now, you guys are gonna help me make the pie. Okay, so I've got my crust. I'm gonna add a little bit more flour because I think it's starting to get a little bit sticky on here on the crust dough. I gotta get it just right though. This pie has to be perfect. There's no room for mistakes, no room for mistakes. Okay, so I've got a new recipe. I'm gonna tweak it up just a little bit, and I'm gonna see if changing some of the things around will make this pie exactly the way I want it to be made. Okay, so I went outside and I got some dirt. And I thought, you know what? Dirt's good, but mud's better. Mud's always better, right? Mud? Yep, mud. Okay, so let's put some mud into our pie. All right, get some mud in there. Now, I think that's a fairly good start, but definitely not enough. Not enough. Okay. I mean, all mud has to have worms, right? Like, you have to have worms. Okay, let's put some worms in there. Definitely get some worms in there. Oh, I know. I know exactly what it means. I know what it means. I know what it means. Okay, so it needs a rat. Don't you think? I think so. I totally think this pie needs a rat. Extra long tail. Okay, let's get that rat in there. Okay, some feathers. Yeah, that's probably good. Okay, and then you know what? I think I'm gonna put a little more dirt in here. It's probably not enough. Okay, let's get some more dirt in our pie. Definitely some more dirt in there with that rat. Oh, of course, need a frog. Let's get a frog. Okay, big, juicy, slimy frog. Okay, let's get that frog in there. Okay, oh, let's see. Vampire teeth, right? That can't hurt. Is this totally working? We think we're good here? Oh man, I hope so. Okay, skeleton bones. Skeleton bones are always good. Okay, let's get some skeleton bones in there. Oh my gosh, I have some more worms. Let's get some more worms in. Oh, spiders. Spiders in our pie? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking. Yeah, okay, let's get some spiders in there. Bat wings. I got bat wings. Okay, let's get some bat wings in there. Okay, oh, you guys, I'm just, pinch of sugar, pinch of sugar. Let's get pinch of sugar in here. Oh yeah, pinch of sugar. Okay, got some sugar. Okay, let's see. I've got some mud, I've got some dirt, some rats, some frog, feathers, bat wings, spiders, lots of spiders. Maybe a little more dirt. Okay, let's get some more dirt in here. Oh my gosh, this pie has to be perfect, you guys. It's got to be perfect. It's just, everything's got to be right. Okay, all right. Let's get some of that in there. Oh, yeah. Okay, all right. I'm feeling more confident. So this pie up here, it didn't work so well. This one right here, not what we were looking for. Okay, I'm gonna try this one now. Let's try this one. Okay, everybody cross your fingers. Okay, I am going to take our delicious pie. Oh my gosh, the rat's tail came out. I am so glad that we caught that. Okay, let's get the rat tail back in. Okay, I'm gonna take our pie, I'm gonna run it over, I'm gonna pop it in the oven real quick. Okay, now, don't let me forget about it. We don't want to ruin another pie. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, all right. I have got our pie baking. Now, hopefully, fingers crossed, this time the pie will be exactly what we're looking for. So, welcome back. I'm so glad that you guys joined us today. We are going to talk about a book today that actually reminds me of pie. Probably because the name pie is in the name of the book. So while our pie is baking and we wait for those final results, how about I share a story with you all about pie today? Sound like a good plan? Okay, here we go. The name of our book today is called Enemy Pie. Have you ever heard of enemy pie before? I wonder what it's about. If I think of the word enemy, I don't think it's a very nice word. I don't think an enemy is something that I want or something I want to have in my life. So I don't think I like that word very much. But it does have the word pie in it. And I really like pie, obviously, since I spent all day making pies for us today. So today, let's find out what this enemy pie is really about. Okay. I love the red and white. Kind of matches my kitchen wall. Here we go. It should have been a perfect summer. My dad helped me build a tree house in our backyard. How many of you guys have a tree house in your backyard? My sister was at camp for 3 whole weeks. And I was on the best baseball team in town. It should have been a perfect summer, but it wasn't. I wonder why it's not so perfect. It sounds like that should be a pretty good summer. I wonder what's going to happen in this. It was all good until Jeremy Ross moved into the neighborhood right next door to my best friend, Stanley. I did not like Jeremy Ross. He laughed at me when I struck out at the baseball game. Is that very nice? Should we ever laugh at somebody even if we think we're teasing? I don't think so. He had a party on his trampoline. He didn't invite me. But of course, he invited my best friend, Stanley. Jeremy Ross was the one and only person on my enemy list. I had never even had an enemy list until he moved into the neighborhood. But as soon as he came along, I created one. I hung it up in my treehouse where Jeremy Ross wasn't allowed. Oh my. So it started off as a pretty good summer for him. His sister was out of town. He had a brand new treehouse. He had the best baseball team ever. And then a new kid moved in. How did he feel about the new boy that moved into his neighborhood? I don't think he liked Jeremy Ross very much. Did he have a reason to not like him? What did he think was the reason he didn't like him? Well, let's see. He laughed at him. Do any of us like to be laughed at like that? I don't think we do. I don't think any of us like to be laughed at. He also had a party and he wasn't invited to go. But his friends were all invited. And he wasn't. Have you guys ever found out that you weren't invited to something like a birthday party or a sleepover or things like that? How would it make you feel? Would you enjoy it? I think it would hurt my feelings a lot. I think I'd be sad. I think I'd be angry. Do you think our friend in our story might be feeling some of those things? I think he could be. Hey, Dad understood stuff like enemies. He told me that when he was my age, he had enemies too. But he knew of a way to get rid of them. I asked him to tell me how. Wow, do you think his dad's gonna help him get rid of his enemy? Oh my goodness. If we are ever feeling sad or mad or angry or frustrated with other people or a situation, could we turn to a mom or a dad or to parents or grandparents for help? We can, just like he did. So he went to his dad and he said, I have an enemy. I need help. And what did the dad say? I can help you. How do you help get rid of an enemy? Let's find out. Tell me how. How about I show you how, says Dad. He pulled a really old recipe book, just like mine, off the kitchen shelf. Inside of it, there was a worn out scrap of faded paper with faded writing. Dad held it up and he squinted at it. Enemy pie, he said, satisfied. Enemy pie? Enemy pie. That is just like the name of our book, Enemy Pie. I want you to know, I have been hunting down the recipe for enemy pie all day long. I went through all of my cookbooks, all of my pages. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to make enemy pie. But I'm really hoping that one that we just finished making together that's in the oven will be the right recipe for enemy pie. Let's see what they put in next. You may be wondering, what exactly is an enemy pie? I was wondering the same thing. But Dad said the recipe was so secret, he couldn't even tell me. I decided it must be magic. I begged him to tell me something, anything, please, 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 please. Tell me what's in enemy pie. What's the ingredients? What's the recipe? How do I make it? Please tell me. You guys never beg your parents for anything, do you? Probably not. I will tell you this, Dad said. Enemy pie is the fastest known way to get rid of enemies. Whoa! Oh, if someone is hurting your feelings or making you sad or you don't like something they're doing, all I have to do is make enemy pie and poof, they will be gone. Oh, well, we really need to get this recipe then. Okay, maybe we should take notes and write this down. Will you guys keep track of this for me? Let me know how we're going to get rid of these enemies of ours. Now, of course, this got my mind thinking. What kinds of disgusting things would you put in an enemy pie? I brought Dad some weeds from the garden. He shook his head. I brought him earthworms. He shook his head. I brought him rocks. He shook his head. He didn't think I would need any of those things. I gave him the gum I'd been chewing all day to put in the pie. He gave it right back to me. So no rocks, no weeds, no earthworms, no chewed up bubble gum. Well, then what would you put in an enemy pie? Now remember, this isn't a special, ordinary kind of a cherry pie or chocolate pie. This is a unique pie just for enemies. Huh. What do you think you put in yours? Do you have any ideas? What kinds of ingredients would you put in your pie? Now, I showed you guys what I put in my pie. Oh, some rats and some bat wings and a few vampire teeth, a frog. I don't know. Do you think those are the right ingredients for enemy pie? I'm really not sure. Maybe we better see if Dad tells him some more ingredients. All right. I went out to play alone. I shot baskets until the ball got stuck on the roof. Have you guys ever had that happen to you? My boys have. I threw a boomerang, but it didn't come back. And all the while, I listened to the sounds of my dad chopping and stirring and mixing and blending all the ingredients for that special enemy pie. This could really be a great summer after all. Yay! Oh, as soon as he tastes that pie, oh, my problems could be gone. They could be gone. This really could be the good summer I wanted. Enemy pie was going to be awful. I tried to imagine the horrible smell from enemy pie. And worse yet, what it would look like. Oh, yuck. But when I was in the backyard looking for ladybugs, I did smell something. I really could smell it. The smell was getting stronger, but it wasn't yucky. It was a good smell. It was a really good smell. And as far as I could tell, it was coming from my kitchen. I was a little bit confused. If it's a pie for enemies and it's supposed to be yucky and nasty and get rid of enemies right away, why would it smell so good? I went to ask Dad what was wrong. Enemy pie shouldn't smell this good. But Dad, he was smart. If enemy pie smelled bad, your enemy would never eat it, he said. I could tell my dad had made enemy pie before. I hadn't even thought of that. If it's yucky and stinky and pukey, would your enemy try it? Of course not. Dad knew we had to be trickier than that. We needed to smell yummy so our enemies will want to take a big, huge bite. The buzzer rang, and Dad put on his oven mitts and pulled the pie out of the oven. It looked like plain old pie. It looked good enough to eat. Wasn't catching on to the whole plan. But still, I wasn't really sure how this enemy pie was going to work. What exactly did it do to my enemies? Maybe it made their hair fall out. Maybe it made their breath stinky. Maybe it made the bullies cry like a baby. I asked Dad, He was no help. He wouldn't tell me a thing. But while the pie cooled, he did give me a job. Oh my goodness, our timer went off. Okay, maybe we should go and get my enemy pie out of the oven and let it cool, and then we'll finish reading our story together. Does that sound good? Hey, I'm gonna go do our pie. Okay, here it is, everyone. We went and got my enemy pie out of the oven. Now, it's really hot. Okay, I'm gonna set our pie here and let's let it cool, just like they're doing in the book. Then we're gonna give it a try. We're gonna see how our enemy pie tastes. Now, before I left to get the pie, Dad had given him a special job while it's cooling. Should we find out what that job is? Okay, let's see. Dad talked quietly. There is one part of the enemy pie I can't do. In order for it to work, you need to go and spend the entire day with your enemy. Even worse, if you want this enemy pie to work, you have to not only spend the day with your enemy, you have to actually be nice to him. What was Dad asking? Oh my goodness. Is it easy to be nice to somebody that isn't nice to you? I think it's hard. Is it easy to be nice and spend the day with somebody that you don't get along with, you don't like, or you're frustrated with? Dad's really asking a hard job. Hope this pie cools quickly. But, he explained, that is the only way that enemy pie can work. Are you sure you want to go through with this enemy pie? Dad asked. Well, of course I'm sure. Oh, it sounded horrible and kind of scary, but it was worth a try. How else was he going to get rid of his enemy? That enemy pie had to work. So if he was going to have to spend a whole day and be nice, he would do his best. It was his part of making our secret plan work. All I had to do was spend one day with Jeremy Ross. Then he would be out of my hair for the rest of my life. I rode my bike to his house and knocked on the door. Wonder if that's something we could ever do. Do you think you would be brave enough to go to somebody's house that you didn't get along with very well, or you kind of didn't like so well, and spend the whole day being nice to them? I don't know. Let's see how this goes. When Jeremy opened the door, he seemed surprised. He stood on the other side of the screen and looked at me. He was waiting for me to say something. I was nervous. Can you play? I asked. He looked confused. I guess I'll go ask my mom. He came back with his shoes in his hand. His mom walked around the corner to say hello. Well, you boys stay out of trouble and have lots of fun, she said, smiling. We rode bikes for a while, and then we played on the trampoline. Then we made some water balloons, and we threw them at the girls across the street in the neighborhood. We missed the girls, but we almost got them. Jeremy's mom made us lunch. After lunch, we went over to my house. It was kind of strange, but, well, I was kind of having fun with my enemy. I wonder why he's having fun with somebody he didn't like that morning. Well, I were on trampoline, riding bikes and playing games. Well, those things do sound fun. Did you know you could have fun with somebody that you maybe didn't like before? He almost seemed nice. But of course, I couldn't tell Dad that. No, Dad had been working hard all day to make my enemy pie. Well, then he can't tell Dad, can he? What would Dad think if he suddenly said, oh, guess what? We're having fun and it's kind of nice. I don't want to give him enemy pie anymore. He was afraid of hurting his dad's feelings. You know what Dad would have thought if he had told him the truth? Jeremy Ross liked my basketball hoop. He said he wished he had a basketball hoop, but they didn't have room for one. I let him win a game just to be nice. Wow, that was nice. You ever let somebody win a game just to be kind? He did, and to his enemy. Jeremy Ross knew how to throw a boomerang. He threw it, and it came back. Whoa! I threw it. It went over the fence to the backyard. When we climbed over the fence to find it, the first thing Jeremy saw was my treehouse. My treehouse was my treehouse. I was the boss. If my sister wanted in, I didn't have to let her in. If my dad wanted in, I didn't have to let him in. And if Jeremy wanted in, whoa, can we go in? I knew he was going to ask me that. But he was, well, the only person on my enemy list. Uh-oh. Where did he put the enemy list at the beginning of our story? He hung it in his treehouse. So if he lets Jeremy in, and if Jeremy sees the enemy list, would that be a good thing? I don't think it would be. Wow. Enemies are not allowed in my treehouse. End of story. No enemies in my treehouse. But, well, he did teach me how to throw a boomerang. And he did have me over for lunch. And he did let me play on his trampoline. Well, he wasn't being a very good enemy at all. Not at all. Does it sound like these two boys still don't like each other? Or does it sound like maybe things are beginning to change between them? Well, okay. I'll let you in my treehouse, but just a minute. Hang on, just a minute. I climbed up ahead of him and tore the enemy list off the wall. I had a checkerboard and some cards in the treehouse, and we played games until my dad called us for dinner. We pretended we didn't hear him. Have you guys ever done that when your parents call you? When they say, come down, I need you. Do you ever just be like this and go, and pretend you don't hear them? I bet some of you guys have done that from time to time. That's what these kids were doing. Why didn't they want to come down for dinner? I love food. If you know me, everybody knows that. I love food. So why didn't they want to go downstairs for dinner? Do you think it's because they're having too much fun together? Enemies having fun together. Wow. Well, Dad called again. We tried to hide from him, but somehow Dad managed to find us. Dad made us macaroni and cheese for dinner. It was my favorite. Turns out it was Jeremy's favorite too. Maybe Jeremy Ross wasn't so bad after all. I was beginning to think that maybe we should just forget about the enemy pie. But sure enough, after dinner, Dad brought out the pie. I watched as he cut the pie into 8 slices. Dad, I said, it sure is nice having a new friend in the neighborhood. I was trying to get his attention and trying to tell him that Jeremy Ross was no longer my enemy. But Dad only smiled and nodded. Oh, I think he thought I was pretending. Oh no. Dad dished up 3 plates of enemy pie, side by side, with big, huge scoops of ice cream on top. He passed 1 to me and 1 to Jeremy. Whoa, Jeremy said. My dad never makes pie. It was at that point I panicked. I didn't want Jeremy to eat enemy pie. He was my friend. I couldn't let him eat the pie. Well, what? He was his friend now? Well, what happened? Jeremy, don't eat that pie. Don't eat it. It's bad. I think that pie's poisonous. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. Jeremy's fork stopped before reaching his mouth. Huh? Wait a minute. He crumpled his eyebrows and looked at me kind of funny. I felt relieved. I just saved Jeremy's life. I was a hero. If it's so bad, Jeremy asked, then why is your dad eating like half the pie? I turned to look at my dad. Sure enough, he had eaten half of my enemy pie. This is really good stuff. He mumbled through a mouthful, and that was all he said. I sat there watching him eat enemy pie for a few seconds. Dad was laughing. Jeremy was happily eating his enemy pie, bite after bite after bite. Neither of them was losing their hair. Well, the It seems safe enough. So I grabbed a fork, carefully stuck it in, and took out a tiny bite to try. Mm. 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 Oh, really good. That enemy pie was delicious. After dessert, Jeremy rode his bike home, but not before inviting me to play on his trampoline in the morning. He said he'd teach me how to do flips. As for enemy pie, I still don't know how to make it. I still wonder if enemy pie really works and if enemies really do hate it. I wonder if the hair fell out or would have stinky breath. But I don't know if I will ever get any of those answers because I lost my enemy and gained a new best friend. Wow, that is such a great story. So I spent all day trying to make the perfect pie. I wanted to make an enemy pie for all of us, just in case we needed it, you know. But there's a problem. Did the little boy actually need enemy pie? Or did he need something else? Let's think about this. In the beginning of the story, he wasn't very happy at all. The new boy in the neighborhood wasn't being very kind to him. He laughed at him, he left him out, and that made him feel really bad inside. And he had all those feelings that we talked about. He was sad, and he was angry, and he was frustrated, and he was even a little bit nervous or scared. Do you think he could have even been worried he would lose his other friend? Probably. So he tried to decide how to make things better. Now the good thing is, he went to Dad for help. Dad offered him help and decided that they would make this pie together. But what kind of pie did they really end up making? Was it an enemy pie? Or did that enemy pie magically change into something else? Well, at the end of the book, he no longer had an enemy. Instead, he had gained a new friend. So did the pie change into maybe a friendship pie? I think it did. But I don't think that the pie had any special ingredients in there. I don't think that at all. I think the special ingredients came from the two boys working together. Did the boys spend their day together fighting or arguing? Nope. Did the two boys spend the day trying to get along? They did. And they found things that they both liked, that they both had in common, that they didn't know about before. And it turns out that when they both tried their hardest to be nice, they could become friends, not enemies. So the next time you guys run across somebody that you might not get along so well with, maybe you need to try making a dose of enemy pie. Or let's just call it friendship pie. Maybe instead you guys can find a way to work together and to get along. It doesn't mean that you're going to be best friends with everybody you meet, but can we try our hardest and be nice and hopefully make things work? I think we can. Now, last week in our Bringing Books to Life class, I gave all of you guys a challenge on our Jungle Book story. I asked you guys to create your very own animals to add to our jungle. I am going to get to post those pictures for you soon. I was so excited that a lot of you guys came and decided to help me out and fill our jungle with new animals. But I have a new challenge for you this week. This week, I want you guys to make an enemy pie. I want you to fill your pie with all the things you think you need to make a friend instead. Now, you have a couple ways of doing this. You can get a piece of paper, draw a picture of a pie, and write inside of your pie all those things that could make a good friend. Or, with mom and dad's permission, of course, maybe you can go to the kitchen and create a pie together. What kinds of things should we fill in our pie to make a friend? Let's see. Well, in the story, he had lots of games and activities. Did he say, you can't use those? Or did he share them with Jeremy? I think he shared them. So could sharing help create a friend? So could we put sharing inside of our pie? I think we could. What other ideas do you have that creates a good friend? If you remember in the story, Dad said he didn't just have to spend a day with him. He had to be nice to him. Do you think being kind to another person helps to create that special pie? I bet it does. So maybe on top of sharing, we'll add some kindness in there. Would that be a good ingredient? Now, there are lots of ingredients in lots of different ways that can make a friendship pie. So I want you guys to get creative and make sure that just like last week, you are sending me in those pictures of the pies you made. And again, you can make a pie on paper, draw it out, color it, do whatever kind you want. Or if you're brave, get on that apron, pull out your cooking ingredients, and mix yourself up a pie. Send me a picture of your pie. I'm really excited to see how well you guys did. And remember, even though we can't go to libraries, all of these books can be found on our online libraries. So if you need any help at all learning how to log into those local libraries, just send me over a message. I will be happy to try to help you out. Please come back next week. We will have another amazing book to look at. Next week's book is geared a little bit older for a couple of our older kiddos. But if you are in the kindergarten class, you'll still have a lot of fun too. So good luck with your pies. I am super excited to see all of your pictures. And in the meantime, I think I'll enjoy eating my pie. Okay, you guys have a great day.